Whoops, we're live. And didn't have the camera set up well at all. That's better. All right, as usual, we're going to wait till people get over from the Ramsey Show chat. The Ramsey Show just ended over on the YouTube. Well, this is the YouTube as well, of course. And so we'll just wait till they get over here. Clay Jones has arrived. What up, Clay? Mama called him Clay. Daddy called him Clay. I call him Clay. AJ Davis has arrived. He always supports me whenever I'm going to miss friends and stuff. He's always got my back there. Sid is in his house as usual, and she found a weekend project. What up, Chris? Chris developed my logo. As you can see the small logo right here. I type it in. Right there. And he also did a banner for me that's on that you guys probably saw on the way over here. What up, Judy? What up, Cindy? What up, Tina? Good to see you guys on a Friday. Wait about 45 more seconds, and then we'll get going. Again, I need wardrobe tape to hold that still, like right there. Something like that. Sid did not see the banner. You should see. Oh, just clicked on the notification. All right. Fair enough. You can see it at some point. AJ Davis says, let's go Washington football team. WFT. Absolutely. They have 3 excellent Buckeyes on the team right now. Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel, who is more of a veteran, like a 4-year veteran, I think. And he's been his previous career in Carolina, and that's how the current Redskin coaches know him, because they were in Carolina. And, of course, Chase Young. All righty, coming up on 3 minutes. What up, Ellie? Yeah, all right, no foosball. I'm still wearing the shirt. Yeah, I'm not going to take the shirt off. All right. It's Friday, getting down on Friday. Gotta make my mind up. What seat can I take? Partying, yeah. Partying, yeah. Fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, where we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and joining me today as moderator is Sydney. And you can schedule a free coaching consultation assessment by emailing your contact info to CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can also reach me on Instagram and Twitter at Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, you can use the URL paypal.me/Coach Steve Money, or just log into your PayPal account and type send money and type in my email address, which is CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. And thank you so much for that. I will not buy Diet Coke, and I'm not out of Diet Coke, but I didn't have time to pour any water into something to drink it in. So I only have 2 liters of Diet Coke. So I grabbed one of my son's diet root beers, which are good. I just don't like it as much as Diet Coke, and no caffeine in this, I think. I don't think there's any caffeine in this. But that's fine because I'm tired and probably going to bed right after I say goodnight to you fine folk. Sid says A&W approved. Chris says maybe you need to get that on a shirt at some point when I'm out here working away. Oh, you mean the logo? Sure. Great. AJ, I'll send donations if you take the shirt off. Not going to happen. I'll live without the donations. Thank you, though, AJ. Appreciate it. So if you went to 3 different universities, who would you be rooting for? Ellie asks. I guess your favorite one, maybe the one that wins the most, maybe. Thank you for the IOs, everyone. I appreciate it. And if you don't understand it, here's how it works. It goes OH, says one person, and the other person says IO. And during the football games, like a quarter of the stadiums will say OH, and then the other quarter will say IO, and then the next quarter does OH, and then IO. Got confused on my letters. It's okay. Having a stroke, no problem. But I don't have colon cancer, so yes. Clay, I do that every Friday, so you can skip Friday if you want to not hear Rebecca Black. But it's fun because it's Friday. Some of the kids like root beer. New animated movie set in the Lord of the Rings universe. Alrighty. AJ will be happy about that. Clay says announced this week. Alrighty. Helm's Deep. Okay, well. Let's see what we got here. Today's Ramsey Show was a replay from April 15th, and the hosts were Dave Ramsey and Dr. John Deloney. And he has 2 PhDs, which is 2 more than I have. And they got an early call from a married guy that said, her debt. And Dave said, when you get married, you become French. Oui. Everything is we and ours. And if one of you has debt, that is our debt once you get married. Market report. Everything is up today, led by small cap Russell Index at close to 1% up. And except for yesterday, that's been up every day this week. And the S&P 100 added to yesterday's record for a new record today. So my pal Stephen Glenn, who I'll be doing a stream with tomorrow night at 7 p.m., playing a board game. More about that later. He won some more money today with his S&P 500 index fund since it went up. Let me check the chat. Yep, no cancer. It was there's no symptoms or anything. It's just, I guess you check it at my age, which is old. AJ says cancer is bad. That's a hot take, AJ. Are you sure you want to go out there with that? Let's see. I couldn't read this article because I'm not subscribed to USA Today, but according to USA Today, nearly 2/3 of millennials have home buyer regrets. And to just think about why, maybe they bought too much house. So if anybody is looking for a house, Dave recommends that you get a 15-year fixed mortgage. Sorry, thirsty. 15-year fixed mortgage, and that the payment is no more than 25% of your net income. And it's not gross, it's net, to keep it down so that you are not house poor. And that's so you have money left over to do the other baby steps. Paying off the mortgage is baby step 6. There's stuff that comes before that. And do not buy here's another thing they might be regretting it for. If they bought a house when they have other debt, get out of all other debt first before buying a house. Unless you find Dave Ramsey after you have already bought in the house, and then you might have an excuse. But if you're house poor, that makes it hard to do the other steps. Let's see. Welcome to your newly yearly checks, old guy. No, I've had to have yearly checks for a while. Let's see. Sid says they have home buyer regret because they didn't get an extra bedroom for Sally Mae. Yes. Good one, Sid. Judy says 40-year-old nephew has been given about a month to live after having colon cancer. That's really sad. Sorry about that, Judy Vine. That's rough. Sid has a notice to all. She's looking for some Dave Ramsey swag for her desk at the new job. I have something about that. I told her that she should put up a ask me about the baby steps poster up. And she said if I send it, she'll put it on there. So I just checked Etsy or Google Images for it. And some blog or something somebody wrote about. I think it was something like the guy's name was Attack That Dead or something like that. I can't remember, but he was like saying Dave did the baby steps. Do I even have it written down? I don't think I do. He said Dave came up with the baby steps in 1992, and they need to be updated because Dave forgot about inflation, and I didn't have any problem with inflation. So doing the baby steps. But anyway, basically, he just, what did he change it to? Said he changed step 1 to do the budget, to do a budget. Step 2 to save $1,500 to $2,000, not necessary. And he changed the investing amount to 18 to 20%. And before that, he changed it to the avalanche method, where you pay the highest interest first. And you're going to lose some people doing that, because if they pay the highest interest first, that could easily be the highest loan first. And in that case, they're not going to get fast wins, and they're not going to see any results. And so they may stop doing it. So the reason for the smallest to largest is so that you get those quick wins, and then you have each successive payment amount that you can then add to the debt snowball and work on the next debt there. So, but yeah, that was it. I mean, it was, when I saw it, I knew it was clickbait, but I was too curious. Curiosity killed the cat, Jack. Do you know what movie that's from, kids? Let's see, USA Today. I got that one. All right, time to do that. Yeah, I couldn't find a poster that said it either, Sid. I saw posters that had the baby steps on it, so maybe you ought to get one of those and put "Ask Me About" and then, on it. So AJ won't lie. Well, we wouldn't think you'd be lying, AJ. AJ, how old are you? You're too old to be starting sentences with "not gonna lie" or "I won't lie" or "honestly." You're too old to be doing that, I think. But anyway, he did 2K in his baby step 1, and it's fine. You can do whatever you want with his money. The people that have done Dave's plan millions of times over, millions of people, didn't have a problem doing it the way he said. So, but it's your money. In the end, you get to do whatever you want to. And as a financial coach, I work with you even if you don't want to do any baby steps. I figure out I try to figure out the best way to help you. Of course, I'm going to recommend Dave's stuff. I'm going to tell you what happens if you do other things. So there you go. Let's see what we got here. I'm not seeing AJ's age. Maybe he doesn't want to say. Anyway, so let's see. The next thing. Again, this may be a short episode. I don't have that many things written down today. That's because Steve is in his apartment today. Normally, I get off at 5 p.m. from my computer job on Fridays. I get off from there at 7 p.m. Eastern on weekdays, or Monday through Thursday, rather. So I did the market report already. Finn, you can watch it later or scroll back to see that. I'm basically just going to read this whole article because I couldn't really pick out things. I guess I was lazy. So anyway, you get to hear the whole article. It was entitled, I can't remember where it was either. It was entitled "The Drug That Could Break American Healthcare." AJ is 33 this August. 33 years old is too old to be talking about. Not gonna lie, man. Or honestly, it's like, why wouldn't you be honest if you're telling me something? Why would you lie? If you say honestly, or I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna expect more lying from you. If you don't mention it, I'll be more apt to take your word for it. That's right. And get off my lawn. I know. Old guy yelling about stuff. Okay. The drug that could break American healthcare. I don't know if you kids have heard about this. Aduhelm. I think that's how you pronounce that. The first new Alzheimer's drug in 18 years may not work, but states and Medicare might pay billions of dollars for it anyway. Billions. Earlier this week, the Food and Drug Administration overruled, to much criticism, its own scientific advisory committee and approved the Alzheimer's treatment Aduhelm. The agency made this decision despite thin evidence of the drug's clinical efficacy, it's a good word, and despite its serious side effects, including brain swelling and bleeding. As a result, a serious risk now exists that millions of people will be prescribed a drug that does more harm than good, or even that doesn't work at all, that doesn't do anything. Less appreciated is how the drug's approval could trigger hundreds of billions of dollars of new government spending, all without a vote in Congress, or indeed any public debate over the drug's value. Aduhelm's manufacturer, Biogen, I wonder if they greased any palms there. I wonder if they got any lobbyists in the DC. Biogen announced on Monday that it would price the drug at an average of $56,000 a year per patient, a figure that doesn't include the additional imaging and scans needed to diagnose patients or to monitor them for serious side effects. The federal government will bear the brunt of the new spending, which means us. The overwhelming majority of people with Alzheimer's disease are eligible for Medicare, the federally run insurance program for elderly and disabled Americans. If even 1/3 of the estimated 6 million people with Alzheimer's in the United States receives the new treatment, again, that's if even 1/3 of all the people that have Alzheimer's receive the new treatment, healthcare spending could swell by $112 billion annually. So, yeah. And how was your Friday? Sid's no longer the baby of the group. Sid says, here's some millennial justification, or whatever group she's in. I don't know what people are in anymore. I think we say honestly and not going to lie because it's shorter to say than this is difficult for me to say. It didn't seem like it was that difficult. Finn is falsing, AJ. I'm always happy when people go false on people. Obviously, I didn't write it. It's from Dwight from The Office. But a few times the mod has said it as well, or typed it as well in the Ramsey Show chat. That was fun for me. Lee says, not good. You know they have hands in pots to make money even if it hurts people. Yeah. Yep. Late 20s for Sid. Still a baby in my eyes, though. I said I won't lie to you as a segue that I did something wrong. Right, you did something ish. That's right, AJ. Well, I appreciate your honesty. on that? And how did you find out that worked out for you? Would it have been fine if you just used $1,000? Just curious. Putting him on the spot. Let's see. Yep, Sid's still the baby. Well, everybody's a baby to me. Steve did sing Rebecca Black today because it's Friday. And until I find a different song with Friday in it, or I mean, I like that song. I have a problem. I'm definitely full on hetero male, but I tend to like teenage diva songs for some reason. I don't know why. I like some musicals as well. I recommend if you can watch it, the Mean Girls musical is excellent. All the songs are on YouTube. I don't know about the whole thing. A1C, I just took it today and mailed it off. And thanks for being concerned. I took it and mailed it. I will report once I have that information. Ellie, you're still younger than me, so you're all right. Matty Bag says, he's the Blackstone rookie now, and that's his channel, and he cooks things on his Blackstone grill/griddle thingy. I don't know exactly what it is, but he makes good food on there, so check out his channel. Even though my wife and I aren't on the same page, I've got to the point where I just buy and swipe the debit card. Not crazy purchases by all means, but not good. Well, just because she does it doesn't mean you have to do it, Matty Bags. I mean, you're not gonna... I mean, don't think you're going to get back at her by making your debt more or spending more money. That's because that's not helping at all. I would just stay the course that you had been, pay off what she wants to pay off, and go from there. But and I also understand the thinking that, what could lead you to, what's it called? Emotional spending. But whatever you're buying, if you didn't need it before, you don't need it now. So let's see. AJ's trying to think about what happened when he had 2,000 in baby step. They used $700 on a car repair. So $1,000 would have been fine for AJ. Finn likes Rebecca Black as well. Yep. Or the song, rather. Yeah, she didn't really do much other than that. She did a remix of it with some other artists recently to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of it, but not my thing. AJ tells Matt that it's okay to mess up as long as you recognize it and learn from the mistake and don't repeat it. My last A1C, I can't remember, but my my daily blood levels are fine. True that being diabetic adds an extra 5 years to age. I don't know. I kind of hope not, but I have not ever heard of that, Finn. All right. Matty Bag's agreeing with me. Cool. Ellie tells Maddie, who is the Blackstone rookie again, check out his channel, approaching it as a tit for tat will destroy you and possibly make you resent your wife or her you, I guess, and ruin your marriage. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to make everything worse, Matty Bags, if you add to your debt. And by spending more money, you're going to add to your debt. Sid has 1 week to go. We get our services for 1 more week, I believe. But she'll be here, I think she said, every Friday. So she'll be able to hear that song every single Friday. How about that? AJ says he drinks like a fish. Good chance Steve is younger than me. Well, I thought you were going to get, I thought you were getting that under control there, AJ. Michael Scott is not more optimistic than Joy is. Promise you that. Yeah, I have no idea about the diabetics' average lifespan. You could do some Googling, Finn, and find out the answers to all these. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I find what I have to do to make it better, and go from there. That's all I worry about. Sid says so she can call in one day next week if you want, but she'll have to go on mute when she gets a phone call. Yeah, that's fine. Every other Friday. Goodness gracious, Sid. All right. I appreciate it. Just had something in my eye. I wasn't crying. AJ said. AJ said he still had beer in the fridge. Woo! That's funny. My goal is to drink the last of it this weekend and then go at least a week. All right. Got to start somewhere, AJ. Ellie says to me, when I get all excited and type too fast, I forget to include some words. Sure. That's all right. I figured out where you were going with it. I understand that. Michael Scott thought he would be able to send 25 kids to college on his income, not investments. That's pretty optimistic. No, actually, I'm going to false you on that, Sid. I'm going to actually, Sid, he didn't think they would graduate. Because they were from a lower income school, like an inner city school. He was thinking a lot of them wouldn't graduate. Finn wants to know if this place could become like a mutual fund clubhouse. Yeah, if everybody in it will get to step 4 and start investing the way Dave recommends, it will be a mutual fund clubhouse. Margs must have asked AJ what his favorite drink was, and he's going to say maybe tequila. Drinks a decent amount of beer and wine, so he's not picky. He just wants the alcohol in it. Sid said that's not true. Maybe he just said that. Oh, he thought he might be a millionaire, but he thought he would be a millionaire by the time he was 30. Then he thought maybe by the time he was 40. All right, fair enough. I do seem to remember that stuff, but I'd also remember him saying something about that he didn't think that like most of the kids would graduate or something like that. And you may have seen the episode more recently than I have. I will, and my son probably has seen it more recently than both of us. So I will confer with him and see what he says rather than watch the episode myself. And I'll issue a correction on Monday's show. Simpsons, of course. That's my last name. But no, actually, I think I like Family Guy better. Maddie Bags asks, what are some things I can do to get on track for myself? You are already on track for yourself. If you do things like you were doing it before, I know you have to curb that a little bit, and meet your wife in the middle or wherever she will meet you while you guys figure that out. And but I mean, you were doing fine before. Don't let your current situation trick you into thinking what you were doing before wasn't working, because it was. You just can't in a marriage. You just can't do it by yourself. You can't do the baby steps by yourself in a marriage. So everything you were doing was right. So just do as much of that as you can. Clay, I did not know E3 was next week, and usually I'm not aware of it until after the fact when I start seeing videos. But yeah, I mean, anytime there's news on video games, I like it. And this year especially, since I'm so busy trying to become a YouTube star and a Ramsey preferred coach and working 67-ish hours a week, on top of those things. I haven't had time to like be excited for like anything that's coming up. Do I watch the other hosts? I do not. I do not have time at all. I do not have time. It takes more time than you think to plan out even the small amount that I plan out for this show. Monday through Thursday, Finn, I work. Well, for a while, I was working every single day at my part-time job. So, and that is 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., sometimes to 10. Except for Sunday, and then those hours are 8 to noon, and I don't have to work my computer repair job. Off from computer repair on, which is my full-time job, on Saturday and Sunday. So, but Monday through Thursday, if I'm working all of those days, I get up at 4 a.m., I'm off work at 7 p.m. at the second job, and that's working both jobs. And I work one, and then I head straight to the other. And so that's why I mentioned before about me not being in the apartment that much, so I don't want to pay that much money for it, since I basically just sleep here. But when I'm off from my second job, which is Menards, it's a hardware store like Lowe's or Home Depot. When I'm off from that, I wake up at 9 and I'm back here at 7. And again, the only difference on Friday is that I get off at 5 p.m. So that's my day. One day I'm gonna hopefully one day it'll probably be at least a month away. I'm gonna do a pre-recorded video about my day to like document it. So the average, of course, would be, like I say, 67 divided by. But I might start taking more of my. I have 2 days off always scheduled at Valley. I always have two days scheduled off. I just choose to go in sometimes from my part-time job, and so I may take more of those off, especially the next few weeks while I try to get that Ramsey Preferred stuff. I'm type 2. And Steve does not have. I have CHM. So basically, I'm paying the high deductible with my emergency fund. If anything crazy happens, and then they're paying the rest. So, but nothing has happened like that in 7 years. So. Alrighty, but yeah, like I said, I don't ever watch it. I've watched I think 2 of the Rachel Cruz shows that her mom was on. One of them is the Instapot episode. So if you YouTube search Rachel Cruz Instapot, that episode will come up, and her mom is on that one. And her mom like rarely seeks out any type of spotlight like that. She doesn't want to be involved. Just like my son. My son doesn't want to be involved in my YouTube channel at all. Finn says he loves how I don't ever complain, and you doing the right thing. Right. I'm working more. I'm working a lot. Because I didn't do it when I was younger like I should have. So that's, you mess with a boy, you get the horns. So, yep, AJ says, I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. Life's been good to me so far. Tina's about to. Well, Finn, it's a lot of rapid fire questions, and mostly about me personally. So which is reminiscent of a gentleman named Bill. So AJ is ride or die with Tina. He's going to blog him as well. Christopher Pittman is working a lot now, so hopefully I don't have to work this much later, Steve. That's right. Learn from my bad example. Or actually, it's a good example now because it shows you to not do that. Well, Finn, everything that goes through your head doesn't need to be asked. I mean, I say pretty much everything that goes through my head, but I'm the host of this. So, I kind of have to. But yeah, you can pick and choose what you ask. And most of it should be, I don't mind a few questions, but most of it should be related to finances or financial coaching, stuff like that. Like, I can't remember if it was you or Bill, forgive me, but somebody asked how tall Dave Ramsey is. So, just Google that. Nobody's going to have that information. So, she's talking about Finn, Clay. And speaking of related financial news, my insurance company, which is Allstate, sent me an email today inviting me to apply for a Sallie Mae student loan. Did not appreciate that. Unsubscribe to that. Not to me. Stay subscribed to me. I got 50 subscribers again. Probably shouldn't even said anything. I'd probably jinx it. Let's see. Chris working a lot. And that's what you do. And then you don't have to do it later, Chris. So that'll be awesome. And also, let me know if you want me to start. Christopher Pittman did my logos. He did the one that is right here. This one. I'm going to type it in the chat so you can see it right there. It's a little small, but it is the letter C, the letter S with the lines through it for a $, and then M for money. So that's my profile pic on YouTube, I guess. And also there's a new banner, if you haven't seen that, that's on my main YouTube page. And it's the size it needs to be able to be seen on even cell phones. So Matty Bags, a 7-year-old, told his whole class about his YouTube channel and to subscribe. That's awesome, Matty Bags. I don't think my 17-year-old even subscribed himself. So, yeah. Steve can't talk and type at the same time, Finn. Yeah, there's no need for me to talk because you can hear me. Oh, yeah, that's right. Watermark in the corner. Although I don't see that on my screen. Maybe it's different for YouTube Studio. Let's see. What else do I have here? The board gaming podcast I was talking about earlier with my friend Stephen Glenn from Virginia Beach. He's going to teach me how to play one of the games that he created that has been adapted for online play, and that is on boardgamearena.com. And he will, but they do sell the physical board game as well for that. So check it out. And if you're interested in the physical board game, he still gets a percentage of that. And we're going to talk about how he got into board games and into making them. And that's at 7 p.m. tomorrow on Saturday, June 12th. And so we did a test stream. That's Eastern time. We did a test stream for all the technical stuff. And that ended up lasting about 30 minutes because some of these Ramsey people here ended up in the chat. And so we were just talking to them and having a fun time. It's been a while since I talked to Steve. We just fell out of touch. But now I guess we're going to be friends again since I needed him to, since I had an idea to use him for some content. So, but he and I get along great. We have good rapport. So, and you can see an example on that. We don't do any playing in the test, but we do have banter back and forth. A lot of it is him not being able to hear me, but that was a Discord problem. It was that I didn't change when I plugged in my headset, I didn't change the microphone in Discord, so it was still using the webcam. It was my old webcam. It wasn't this one. The old webcam microphone, and so it didn't work that well. But the stream itself was nice. As far as the my volume, he was a little loud, but I'll turn him down if I need to in the stream tomorrow night. So if you're all at all interested in that, please check that out. That's going to be if you want to check it out and it's gone from the main page, check the miscellaneous playlist. That's when that is, and I think we're going to keep doing it fairly often. So like at least once a week, I think. So it'll probably have its own. And currently, it's called Video Gaming with Steve and Glenn, and it'll probably have its own playlist. In addition to being in the most recent videos, when it is the most recent. Alrighty, and so whoa, that was 42 minutes. Of course, there was a lot of chat banter too. I appreciate that. Maddie Bags, you can if you have specific questions, you can ask me about YouTube Studio. Figured out a lot about it. There's a lot of stuff like for live broadcasting that you can't do. Like I can't have a graphic just using that. I would have to use something else. Finn, you can find out how far Ramsey Solutions is from Ohio on the Google on your own. See, this is the kind of question that annoys people. That annoys people. How would I know that off the top of my head? Please stop asking about stuff that I don't know. I mean, I know you don't know, but yeah. So, I mean, if you can Google it, do so. But if it's like stuff about me, Google may not know it. It probably does, but it may not. Or if it's something about financial stuff, I would be glad to answer it for you because it's probably going to apply to other people. Not many other people want to know how far Ramsey Solutions is from Ohio. So there you go. All right. Does anybody else thinks if they have anything else? Go ahead and type it in the chat there. And while you're doing that, I'll hit my plugs again. As I said, stream tomorrow night with my friend Stephen Glenn, and he will be teaching me how to play his game Butterfly. And that's 7 p.m. Eastern time. And email is CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can send me questions for board game creator Stephen Glenn. You can, and he even knows what it's like to live with me because we did live together for a short while. And we met working together at an oceanfront hotel. So you can ask questions about that. So if you have any questions, you can CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can also send me an email if you'd like a free financial coach consultation /assessment. So, if you're doing poorly, if you're doing okay, if you're doing great, still doesn't hurt to have somebody take a look that's been trained to do so. So you can do that. You can also get me on Instagram and Twitter. Haven't been active on those that much. I will try to be better at that. And as my schedule frees up a little bit, I'll be able to do more on those. And that's Coach Steve Money, no spaces on both of those, Twitter and Instagram. I also have a Twitch TV, but the test video that I was just telling you about that we did, the stream that I did it the same way I've done all my other gaming streams, and those have all gone to Twitch fine. But the test stream I did the other night did not. They have records of it. If you look at the analytics, it said I did a stream, but it's nowhere to be found on the site. So they're looking into it. The first email I got back from them was said for me to enable save past broadcast. It was already enabled. You would think they could find that out themselves, but it was already enabled. So they said, all right, we'll get back to you. So, and you can donate to make this channel better at paypal.me. And that's not a generic site or some kind of scam site or whatever. That's on paypal.com. Paypal.me/Coach Steve Money is the direct link to send me money. Or you can just log into PayPal and click on send money and type in my address, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com in there, and I will be forever grateful. Thank you so much. And Christopher Pittman, I think, is still trying to decide whether he wants me to recommend him for making logos for people, which I'll be more than happy to do. As I said, he did my logo here and the one on the banner on YouTube. So, but that was if Twitch TV works it out, it's twitch.tv/Coach Steve Money is my channel there. But I have all the videos that are on there. They're also on YouTube. So you don't have to go there, but some of the kids like to go there. I think he's 30 years old, guy that I work with at Menards told me, I'm not going to watch anything on YouTube. I just watch stuff on Twitch. I told him, it's the same stuff. He said, yeah, but I'm not going to do that. So did I ever consider quitting a job? No, because that would be stupid. Basically, my second job goes into retirement to try to catch up on that, and to kid college for me to try to catch up on that. My son starts community college a year from this August. So no considering quitting. Eventually, if financial coaching / YouTube star can replace the income that I'm getting from Menards, then maybe I'll put in my notice. But until then, I'll probably still be working there. AJ's not going to turn down extra money? Sure. Sid says pay rate doesn't matter if you budget well. Yeah, you got to budget less than you make. Your expenses have to be less than you bring in. That wasn't funny, Finn. Become a police officer. Too old. I don't think they would. I think they have a cutoff limit. Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't do that anyway. Cindy says there are reasons you should quit a job, but they are few and far between. I'm doing a side hustle, Finn. I told you I have 2 jobs already. So the second one would be a side hustle. And my third and fourth side hustle is financial coaching and YouTube. And like I said, hopefully they'll bring in some money. And they start bringing in enough money, I'll do those more and work at Menards less. Yep. Yep, you can show that, Sid. That's fine. Chris apparently has relented, and he will let you pay him money to make you a logo if you need to. And that would be designed by Pittman@gmail.com. Also, Facebook. He's a Facebook user, which I need to get on there. I'm just on there on my individual account right now. Facebook, designed by Pittman, with spaces in between designed and by and Pittman. But the email address designed by Pittman is all one word. There, it's typed in the chat right there. Phil wants to know, in America, how come people who earn 60K live like they make 200K? It's insane. Yes, it is, because they're stupid and banks let them. Banks loan them the money. That's right. Like Chris was kind enough to donate his time making those logos to me, and I appreciate that kind of support, Chris. That is awesome. That is awesome. And maybe the Ramsey chat is the only proximity principle I need. Maybe we'll see. We'll see about that. What do you think, Sid? You think that's enough proximity principle? All right. Anybody got anything else? I did not see that. I was on Facebook for just a few minutes today. I did not. Oh yeah, I did see that. Where he was dressed up for Spirit Week. Yes, I did. Very fine looking young man you have there. He'll probably just raise him right, and then he'll be fine inheriting Sheba from you. So it says any proximity principle is better than no proximity principle. And she even used my abbrev for it, which is Prox Prince. It's short for Ken Coleman's book, Proximity Principle, which is basically the people around you is how you move ahead in life, how you get jobs, et cetera, et cetera. Clay Jones is out. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you coming by every day. This week, I think. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, sir. And you have a good weekend as well. Sid recommends bumper stickers for Finn's Bad Cars. Dave Ramsey makes me drive this bumper sticker, or the you laugh at my car, I laugh at your debt bumper sticker. So those would be awesome. Absolutely. On a personal note, even though she's working Monday and Tuesday, we're both working tomorrow, but Pizza Princess and I are going to have our quit party. It's going to be at lunch, and we're going to Rusty Bucket. So that'll be fun. I'll see if there's any fun things to tell you from that, and I'll try to record her a little bit if I can. Maybe one of those. Maybe that'll be my first short, which is a 30-second video that you can do on YouTube now. They're trying to get some of the TikTok kids involved with YouTube, so I'll see if I can get her involved somehow. Sid wishes them well, but not going to think little of them for not doing the same things I do. Yeah. I mean, that's the way you got to do it. It'd be great if people would, especially when they ask for advice, it'd be great if people take the advice, but in the end, it's their life and their money. And so they get to do what they want. And that's why I have to be willing to coach them, even if they don't want to do any baby steps at all. I just have to do the best I can for them. Finn just can't understand people's finances with no budget. Yeah, well, some people do that. You don't have to understand it. You just have to realize that it does happen. And yeah, it doesn't make sense to me either. But I've done it. I didn't budget my whole life, so there you go. All right, I'll just wait another minute or two, see what else comes up in the chat besides Finn rapid firing. Cindy says official baby step 2 or baby step 7 car would be better. Oh, for a bumper sticker? Yeah. Yep. Cindy, just hit the Etsy for those. Check Etsy to see if somebody's already got them on there. All right, Chris. You have a good weekend, sir. And yeah, I'll see if you can make some of the board gaming live stream tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Always be closing. Steve, my wife said her coworker does a 5-week budget. That's weird, right? Yeah, but if she's figured it out and it's working for them and it's not screwing them up in some way, more power to them. Maybe their checks are weird or something like that, or maybe they have a weird big payment that is staggered like that in the 5 weeks. Who knows? But yeah, as long as, it seems like it would be more difficult for me. Yeah. Christopher Pittman says, yeah, better than not doing one at all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sid is breaking down to Finn why homeless people say they can't work, or why it might be more difficult for them to get a job. Some people with homes. All right, kids, let's close enough to an hour. I am going to turn this off and go to bed. Got to get up at 4 a.m. and I'm tired, so apologize for running out of gas. But to be fair, you chatty people didn't come up with other interesting things to talk about. Be good yourself, AJ. No drinky, or do you still have some to go before you take your week off of drinking? Sid says they do a 4 or 6 week budget. So, there you go. Sid's pretty organized. Alrighty, at this point we say, what do we say, Sid? What is my catchphrase? Make smart financial decisions. And then Sid types in every day. She added that to that. And so I'm going to say it from now on. And once again, that is make smart financial decisions every day. And you don't know what decision to make, you can email me at coachstevemoney@gmail.com and ask, or come into this chat and ask, or go into the Ramsey Show chat, which the mod puts up early in the day, even though the show doesn't come on till 4 p.m. Eastern time. And you can also go in the Ramsey Show chat or this chat if you need motivation. If you're trying to do these steps and your friends or family don't understand, because unless they're doing it, unless they've heard Dave talk about it himself, they probably don't understand. And so they're going to revert back to, what they know. And either think you're it'll be like, oh, isn't that cute, or just be negative and say what they've heard all their lives. You're always going to have a payment. You're never going to be out of debt, that kind of thing. You'll always have debt, whatever. So thanks, Tina. Wish the Prince luck for me. Tell him to touch them all. And also pitch well if he's pitching. Thanks for typing in the plug, Sid. Appreciate it. All right. So once again, that was Make Smart Financial Decisions every day. And I will be back stream tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, board gaming with my friend. And I will be back on the Ramsey Show Aftershow show, 6 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. Good night. Have a good weekend.